Welcome guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Mr. MVP, and in today's video we will be checking out top 5 Samsung smartphone you should buy in the month of June 2021. Spoiler alert, to be honest, only the top 3 smartphones are really worth buying and they will really give the most value for your money, and rest of the 2 smartphones are there but they are really compromised. So I won't suggest you guys to buy those smartphones, but yeah, if you're really tight on budget, then those 2 options are really good to consider. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the video. So the first in the line is Samsung's successor to the Galaxy A51, which was the most selling Android smartphone last year. Yes, we're talking about the Galaxy A52. So currently the Galaxy A52 is priced at 26,500 rupees, but you will get a 15,000 rupees cashback using HDFC credit or debit card, making it effectively around 25,000 rupees. And at that price point, this phone is totally a steal. You get an impressive 6.5 inches of FHD plus 1080p 90Hz or 120Hz display depending on the variant you choose. You also get a Gorilla Glass 5 protection with it. And the design of A52 is really clean and minimal. It looks and feels premium as well. You also get a Snapdragon 750G processor with 6GB RAM and 128GB of base storage, which can be further expanded to 1TB using a micro SD card slot. You also get an Android 11 One UI 3.1 pre-installed with the Galaxy A52, which is and Samsung also promised guaranteed 3 years of OS upgrade and 4 years of security update, which is just unprecedented at this price point. Because no smartphone brands, not even Google, offer this much long software support to any of their devices, and Samsung's software update game is just top notch at this time. So yeah, good job Samsung, keep it up. So this phone also becomes a really good investment in long-term uses because it has such a prolonged period of software support guaranteed by the brand. You also get some of the flagship features like IP67 rating, OIS, and stereo speaker as well. Like OIS and IP67 rating are not even included in OnePlus 9R, which says a lot about the smartphone itself. And Samsung bringing these kind of features to their mid-range smartphones are really good for end consumer like us, because now other brands have to catch up the bar raised by Samsung. So yeah, good job Samsung again for this thing. So these were some special perks of getting an A52 5G. And camera wise, you get a 64 megapixel main sensor, a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, and two 5 megapixel macro and depth shooter, making a complete camera smartphone in this segment. You also get a 4500 mAh of battery with 25 watt wired charging support, which charges your phone from 0 to 50 in just 25 minutes. So yeah, at 25,000 price point, A52 5G has a lot going on with itself. It has some of the features not even OnePlus 9 and OnePlus 9R has. Like the OnePlus 9 doesn't have OIS, but the A52 has that. OnePlus 9R doesn't have IP67 rating, but the A52 5G has that thing. I'm saying that A52 is better than OnePlus 9 and OnePlus 9R, but it is a damn shame for OnePlus that if Samsung can get IP rating to the 25,000 A52 5G, why can't they get for the OnePlus 9R? It is much expensive than the A52 5G. So yeah, Samsung has really raised the bar with the A52 5G at this segment under 25,000 rupees. It is really a jack of all to consider. Now the next smartphone in the list is the Galaxy F62 5G. So this smartphone is currently offered at 23,650 rupees, but you get a 1,000 rupees discount using a Citibank credit or debit card, making it 22,650 rupees. So the main highlights of this smartphone is it has a Exynos 9825 processor with Mali G76 GPU, and for your reference, Exynos 9825 was the chipset found in the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, the international variant of Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And one thing I'd like to clear here only is no mid-range chip can compete even with the 2 years old flagship chips. Whether it is editing stuffs and all, Exynos 9825 can handle it all. You also get 7,000 mAh of battery with the F62 5G, again making it more to the power users in this segment. You also get a 64 megapixel main sensor, 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, and two 5 megapixel macro and depth shooter. Many people will think, why not buy this over the A52 5G? It clearly has a better chipset than the A52 5G, a more battery. So if you are considering between these two options, the one question you need to ask. You see the perks of A52 5G is you get an IP rating, you get a 90Hz display, you get a OIS, which means better cameras, at least for night as well. So if you can compromise on these features, then I'll say that you can go with F62 5G. It is really a good phone at this price point. So the next smartphone in the list is the Galaxy M42 5G. So it is currently offered at 20,000 rupees, but there are lots of discount online. Whether if you use HDFC credit or debit card, you get it for 20,000 rupees, and other discounts are there, which makes it around 20,000 rupees for least. So at that price point, this phone is really good. But I'll say that if you can wait for 2 or 3 months more, there's a chance that Samsung might launch the F52 5G, which has almost the same specs like the M42 5G minus the 90Hz display. With the M42 5G, you get the same Snapdragon 750G processor, which Samsung offers with the A52 5G as well. The same GPU, you also get 128GB base storage, which can be further expanded to 1TB, and 6GB of base RAM. You also get Android 11 One UI 3.1 pre-installed with the M42 5G. However, the major letdown is in display department. You only get an HD plus 720p display, and which is 60Hz. You also get a 48 megapixel main sensor rather than the 64 megapixel found in the F62 and the A52 5G. And you also get 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens and two 5 megapixel macro and depth shooter. So yeah, all in all, this phone is really good at 20,000 rupees. So the pros of M42 5G is it offers Snapdragon 750G processor, which is really good for gaming and to audience. It has an overall very good camera system. It has a good battery life, but it compromises on 15 watt wired charging. So yeah, it is a compromise. You won't get the best offerings. One suggestion I could is, if you're someone who can put more, spend more 2,000 rupees, go for the F62 5G. It is much better than this guy. But yeah, if you're someone who is tight on budget, you have only 20,000 to spend, M42 5G is really good. So the third device in the list is the M31s. This smartphone, I could have included the A32 5G as well, but I have heard that it has a lot of performance issue, so it couldn't made into the list. So yeah, let's move on to M31s. This guy is currently offered at 70,000 rupees, but you can get it for as low as 60,000 rupees as well. And at that price point, this phone is really good for what it is offering. You get in 6.5 inches of 1080p FHD plus Super AMOLED display. You also get a Exynos 9611 processor with 6GB of base RAM and 128GB of base storage, which can be further expanded by micro SD card slot. You also get Android 11 One UI 3.1 update with the M31s. You also get a 64 megapixel main sensor, 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, and two 5 megapixel macro and depth shooter. So yeah, M31s at 16,000 rupees has a lot going, and it is still better than the A32, which has really a lot of performance issue, and it couldn't even run the 90Hz display properly. So yeah, despite being 1 year old, M31s is actually a better buy than the A32 5G. So the next smartphone in the list is the Galaxy M31. So currently you can get this smartphone for as low as 14,000 rupees, and that price point you get a 6.5 inches of 1080p FHD plus a Super AMOLED display with a Exynos 911 chipset with 6GB RAM and 128GB of base storage, which you can expand it with the external SD card slot. This phone can also be updated to the One UI 3.1 with Android 11, and it will also get the Android 12 as well. So yeah, this apart from processor, I don't think this phone is really that bad. If you really want a Samsung smartphone at 15,000 rupees, then this is the only option you have currently. So yes guys, these was my top 5 picks for smartphones and for Samsung smartphones under 25,000 rupees. And I will say that apart from top 3, I won't suggest you buying the rest of the 2, but if you are really tight on budget, those 2 smartphones are really good as well. So yeah, until next video, wear your mask, drink water, don't go out for unnecessary reason, watch my videos, peace out.